Hello and welcome. This one is for my men. How to be a high value man that women desire. Sorry, I just saw that there's a new feature here. It says let viewers ask questions, weigh in on a topic. It's a Q&A or a poll. Oh, you guys, let's play with this. So, I'm going to ask you a question, which is, what do you think a high value man is? What do you think? Ooh, I like it. I like it. I like it a lot. Let's see what you guys respond with. Okay, so if you're new here, thank you for being here. I'm happy to answer this. I think for, even men, women, like we all want to be desired. No human being who's interested in being coupled up, loved up, finding their person says, yeah, I want to find a person, but don't necessarily need them to desire me. No one else says this. So it's super important for us to feel desired. But we're going to approach this from being a high value man. And if you are a woman who's sneaking in and watching this, this can even apply to you. But I want to specifically make this tailored to men because I think what I'm going to share with you is pretty life revolutionary. Meaning, if you take the concept that I'm going to share in this video, if you take this and you apply it to every aspect of your life, it will radically shift the life that you're living. It will transform you. It will transform your life experience. Interesting, because it's showing questions, but I want to see my chat too. There's my chat. Oh, hey, Matt. I'm so glad you're here. Blair, thank you for being here, darling. So, also, if you are new here and when I share my advice and you're just like, oh my gosh, this is really good. I want some more. I want some more of that Arica Angelo's advice. Be sure right here you can go to my website. I've got some incredible online programs that will really give you a new way of doing life and attraction. So make sure you go to my website and check those courses out. There's many on there for you to choose from. So to illustrate my point, I want to tell a story. I want to tell a story about one of my clients. He actually has a testimonial on one of my pages. He reached out to me years ago, and this was his problem. His problem was this: Arica, I go on dates with women. Listen, tell me if this resonates with you. If you're like, this is me, Arica, like you're your client, like I have the same struggles. These were his two struggles that he came back with. He was quite frustrated. He was quite pissed off because he kept going on dates with women. And every single woman would say the same damn thing to him, which was, you're really great. You're really nice. But I just don't feel a connection with you. I just don't feel that connection with you. And he would never get a second date. It was always at the first date, right? And I'm sorry, I'm getting a bit caught up here because this story is so important for you to understand and grasp, because I see clients who tackle it as this client did, who went from this to becoming a high value man. And then I see clients who, for whatever reason, I almost said refuse, but I don't think it's refusal. I think it's just a common place of ignorance. So I want to pull you out of ignorance. But I have clients who just want to approach everything from tactics and strategy. And I need to find a new quick fix. And I'm like, it doesn't freaking work and you will stay miserable. I'm like, please, for the love of God, pay attention to what I am saying. Because listen, I'm going to get back to my client's story, but this is really on my heart and someone really needs to hear this. When you want a relationship, when you desire someone and you keep getting rejected, it takes a toll on you. It messes with your mental health. It messes with your confidence in the world. I just watched a video today on Instagram, and someone posted it, and they were posting the video because it was supposed to be funny. I didn't find the video funny just because of my work that I do, and I know that this is a real problem. It was a video on Instagram, and this guy, granted, it was inappropriate how he was handling the situation, but this guy was at like a fast food restaurant. I'm going to get back to my client, but I want you to understand the magnitude of, if you don't shift into this high value man, how it will cost you. It will cost your mental health. It will cost your well being. It will cost how you show up in this world. It will cost you financially because you won't understand that you are high value. So your money will always reflect that you're not high value. So pay attention. So I watched this thing on Instagram, and this guy is going berserk at this fast food restaurant, right? Going nuts. And he starts screaming. I guess maybe the person behind the counter was like giving him some beef because this guy apparently was like super short. He went ballistic and started screaming at the people in the fast food restaurant who were also in line, and screaming and cursing at people and going, I'm so sick and tired of people giving me shit because I'm so short. I'm so sick and tired of it. The women on the online dating sites, they all give me this shit. One person has told me I should just die because I'm short. And he's like, I'm so sick and tired of it. Why are women so mean to me? Why can't I find a woman? And he's screaming, you guys, and he's like cussing and screaming at people. Finally, he's like, he goes overboard and he's like yelling. It's like he's taking out all this aggression and taking it out on the people. I mean, this is why like kids go and like, not saying it's right, but why kids go and do crazy stuff in schools is like someone rejected them, someone hurt them. And I'm like, I want to pull you out of that place of getting accustomed to being rejected and shifting out of that and becoming that high value man. So this guy's going nuts and he's screaming. And finally, he's getting like really combative. And so he gets into another guy's face. Finally, another guy, he goes, it's enough. And he comes out and he just tackles this guy, throws him to the ground and just holds him down. And he's just like, are you done? Are you done? Are we done here? And I just thought, man, like everyone's like laughing at this video. I'm like, I don't think it's funny because I think it's real that when people get rejected over and over and over, it does damage. It does damage to the head, you know? And it's like, if you're that guy, and we're going to come back to my customer, but if you're that guy that you constantly get rejected, it's time to make a shift. And this is the thing. It's like, you know, a guy like this, it's like he's so wrapped up in his height, and it's like it's such bullshit. Do you know how many short guys out there who have taller girlfriends who don't have money? Are able to get a woman because he's shifted how he sees about himself and the value that he carries. Like that guy is able to get beautiful women because of how he sees himself. Like Casanova, you know, the guy was not known to be very attractive, but this guy had a way with women, right? So let me just make it really clear to give you some clarity. A low value guy is a guy who has a victim mentality, who is blaming the world. He's blaming women. He's blaming dating sites. He's blaming the fact that he doesn't have money. He's blaming everything else as opposed to going, how can I do this? And I'm going to share what this is to bring the shift for you. And if you're on this video, make sure you hit the like button because that will tell the algorithm like, whoa, this is a good video and we need to promote it. We need to share this with other people. So back to my client. My client comes to me. He says, I'm so sick and tired of it. I can't get a second date. Every single woman, I get the same damn message every time, Arica. And they're all saying what a great guy I am, but they just didn't feel the damn chemistry. And I've had tons of clients come to me, but this client was different and he did something different. And I want you to learn from what he did. Okay. That was his first frustration. I'm so sick and tired of not getting a second date. The second frustration was this. He was like, my friends and my family, and tell me if you relate. My friends and my family all say what a great guy I am. And no one can seem to understand why I'm still single. And I really just want to find someone. And they can't understand why and he goes, I'm so frustrated hearing these two things over and over, Erica. And he said, obviously, this is the shift. This is the beginning stages of a high value man, a man who transforms himself from someone who's low value to high value. This is the first thing that he does. And I want you to pay attention to this because this could be the turning point in your life to shift you from not being desirable to high value, desirable, the kind of man that women actually desire. And this was his first step. He said, Erica, I know that there's something the way I am showing up. Something is not right. Something is off with me because I'm hearing it from every single woman. And despite what my family says about how wonderful I am, the women that I'm going up, they're giving me different feedback. And I need to change that. And I need you to be very honest with me about what is going on inside of me to help me change that. That is the first biggest shift that a high value man, that is his beginning, that is his awakening to begin to make this shift. And that is taking personal responsibility. Oh, here's all the chats. Wow, I was like, where are the chats at? Here they are. Sorry, guys. This new thing with YouTube just kind of changed everything. So I'm like, where are all my chats? Okay, I'm going to come to you guys. I just now found all of them. Awesome. So the high value man, he starts taking responsibility. And here's the thing. I've shared this before. I remember a business coach that I hired, and she recommended this book to me. And in this book, the idea, the theme of this book was the fastest way to grow and evolve is to get feedback from people around you. And this guy, this client of mine, he was like, okay, I am humble enough to take the feedback from these women that I'm going on dates with, and they're saying something's up with me. They're not feeling it with me. Like, I think that is something that we don't typically associate with a high value man. Like, I think that we think of like this, when we say high value, we perceive this image of like this James Bond character, this guy who knows himself so well. Or Tom Cruise in Mission Impossible, someone who's just confident, they're assertive, they make it happen. But what we don't realize in those guys is they all have their downfalls. They all have a setback where they need someone else to point them in the right direction and go, actually, don't do this. This is what you need to do instead. And because they have the humility to take that information and then to integrate it into their life and make the change, is why they continue to be the hero. But when we have pride, when we have a mentality that is a victim mentality that wants to blame the world and go, everyone sucks and everyone should just be nice to me. No one's going to be nice to you because you're not being nice to yourself. By honoring yourself and realizing that there is a hero on this inside of you that is waiting to come alive, waiting to wake up. Because you continue to play small in this world by blaming the world as opposed to saying, yeah, some of this stuff does suck, but what can I do to make a shift? And so I want to associate, if we can get into your mind that the high value man, that he listens to feedback and he realizes that he has to take personal responsibility to make the change. Is this landing with you guys? You take in the feedback of what people are saying and you hold that as your mirror and you go, okay, what is it that's inside of me that needs to change? And this is freaking hard. Like, this is not easy business, when, like, just on a personal level, like, me being a coach and, living in Bali, living all these places and doing all the healing, I can think like, oh, I'm such a great person. I've just evolved. But, being in a relationship It's like it's my constant mirror showing me like how much more I need to evolve. And you're like, I thought I was doing great. I'm like, I always tell people, you think you're great, get into a relationship. Like those will show you how much further you have to go. And so but it's having that feedback in your life and going, what can I do about this? What can I do about this? For me, when I saw some, you know, repeating patterns in my relationships. It was like, in the past, I could blame other people because, maybe they had some toxic traits, and I could just go, well, that person's an a hole. So, of course, I'm going to show up that way because they're an a hole. They're a liar. They're this, they're that. But when you have a healthy partner, then you can't say, well, that person's an a hole. And it's like, no, I'm the a hole. And I need to grow up. And so thankfully, I was like, okay, I need to reach out to my guide. I need to reach out to my somatic therapist. I need to work on my nervous system. I need to grow up here. Still growing there. Ugh. So it's being able to take that feedback in and go, what can I do about it? So this client reaches out to me and he tells me, and so we started working on some things with him. I saw where he wasn't very present on his dates. He was kind of all over the place. So the girls were kind of turned off by that. He wasn't assertive. He didn't really listen very well. He was over analyzing the conversation so that the woman was like, where the F are you? You're not even here on this date, because he was so boggled down by the thoughts in his mind of what he should say next. So there's some shifts that we had to make that were really robbing him of connecting with these women. He was very gun shy to be flirty with them, to, do the little light touches here and there. It's just totally terrified to do that stuff. But making those shifts, he ended up the glory side of where he came to was he did get in a relationship and he did get a girlfriend, and he ended up deciding that that wasn't for him. He didn't want that. And the girl had some real control issues, and he was just like, I don't want it. And just kind of like was kind of toxic in the way that she talked to him. And so he was like, I don't want that. So he went from being the beggar to the chooser. Instead of like begging for the next date, he chose and he said, I don't want this. And then chose to go and travel the world and get to know lots of beautiful women. And so he just completely shifted from this guy who just could not get a second date and who was constantly, you know, told by his friends and family how great he was, but his results were not speaking. And I think that's the biggest thing is a high value man has the humility to look at the results of his life. And those results are also feedback of what you're doing right and what's not going so right. The brilliant thing about that, I see that a bunch of you are on here. Awesome. Make sure that you hit the like button. That will really help the algorithm share and promote this. So the thing about this guy was, he didn't come to me and go, Erica, and this is a difference that I see. I get some clients who come and they want really fast answers. They want to use a couple of tactics. They want to, maybe go out and get a new wardrobe or, tell me some lines that I should say on the dating apps. And I'm like, no, 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 no. The tactics are not the problem. What's going on inside of you is the problem. Okay. And until you address that, you're going to continue to get the same results. It's that simple. It's that simple. And so this client, he understood that. He understood that concept. I didn't have to, coach him through that. It was just something he was like, no, something inside of me needs to shift. And whatever it takes, I'm going to do that because I cannot go on another date and hear another woman tell me that she doesn't feel chemistry with me. I'm sick and tired of hearing it. And if my family tells me what a great guy I am and why am I still single, I'm sick of it. Whatever needs to change inside me, tell me what I need to do. I'll do the work and I need to change it. And it was because he had that determination. And so a high value man, he's going to take in the feedback, but he's going to have the determination to find his solutions. I want you to write that down. Have the determination to find solutions. And if you're a woman watching this, it's the same thing for you. I think, as human beings, we gravitate, we're attracted towards a person who they are it's cause and effect in their life. They're not just waiting for life to happen, but they're actively making things happen. They're finding solutions, because here's the thing. None of us have it figured out. I don't have it figured out. You don't have it figured out. None of us have it figured out. The difference that makes people high value is that they're determined to find the solutions. It's like I love watching documentaries and stories about entrepreneurs. And, I feel like one of the biggest life lessons for me have been my relationships and my entrepreneurial journey. And there's this notion that we all have that everybody has it figured out. And especially like when we look at entrepreneurs, like they all have no, they encounter problem after problem. And what they do is they have this determination to find a solution. And if they can't find the solution, then they will hire someone that will help bring the solution into their life. But they're determined to find the solution. And so that's the difference between a high value man and a man with a victim mentality. A man with a victim mentality is going to blame women. He's going to blame his past. He's going to blame society. He's going to blame the government. He's going to blame everybody else, instead of saying, hold on, I'm going to take the feedback. I'm going to take the results that I'm getting, which aren't great. And I am going to ask myself, where can I find a solution to change me? I love that saying. It's like, you can't control anyone. The only person you can control is yourself. Sometimes in life, I've been there many times, especially on my entrepreneurial journey, where I felt like I couldn't control the results. The only thing I could do was I could control how I responded when things weren't working, and to find the solutions to things that were not working, and to keep finding solutions every day. Okay, find a solution. Okay, this is a solution. Doesn't work. Okay, scratch that, onto another solution. And having that tenacity to not give up and to find solutions. But most of the time, when it comes to relationships, when it comes to becoming a high value person, oftentimes most of the solutions are lying within us. But that takes a ton of humility to be able to look inside and go, okay, somewhere I'm missing the mark inside of here. So I've got to find solutions, and not throwing in the towel when you find a solution and it's not the whole solution that you need, but that you stay at it and you stay determined. But it's just like I watched that video of this guy who was getting rejected by women because he was short. And if he'd hired me as a coach, or if he'd watched my 800 YouTube videos, he would know. It's like, okay, so you're short. So life didn't give you that. So what can you do to make yourself valuable on the inside? Do you have humor? Do you have wit? Are you brilliant at something? Like, how can you shift your value? But his whole mentality was, my value is based off of my height. And it's like, okay, so you didn't appeal to women who were like height obsessed. Okay, scratch. They're not your woman. Don't freaking tell me that there's not another short woman in the world who doesn't value you. It's BS. But it's like, if we get caught into that victim mentality of blaming everybody else, we are taking our own value away. And that's another thing a high value man understands, is that he cannot base his value always on how people respond. Not everyone's going to love you. You're not going to be everyone's cup of tea. I'm not everyone's cup of tea. You're not everyone's cup of tea. But you make the changes inside of you so that you find your person. You find the person that you resonate with and who resonates with you. Is this making sense? Okay, I got to get to the chats. Matt C says, a high value man has good boundaries and goals and is not chauvinist. That's pretty spot on. I like that. Hey, Thomas, so glad you're here. Jason Starr, I'm so glad you're here, Jason. Thank you for being here. Yes, Thomas, it did have a different title about flirting, and I asked my social media manager to change it because I did not want to talk about tactics on flirting. I just cannot. The tactic stuff just really do my head in. Like sometimes we will find titles that are popular and things that people are searching for because that's what they want to know. But so much of this tactic based dating advice and relationship advice just does my head in. I just can't do it sometimes. Oh, Thomas says he thinks he's heard of the video. Matsy says small man syndrome. Ninja Wolf, so glad that you're here, my darling. Mark, I'm so glad you're here. Curtin, I am good. How are you? Ashkay says, be accountable of poor actions of the past and do the improvement. That's so good. It's so, so, so good. Do, like coaches are always saying, do the damn work, which is kind of funny, but it's really true. Ninja Wolf, chivalry is a piece of the puzzle to a man's responsibility. Yeah, I mean, I'm from Texas, so I like me some chivalry. I know that some women are like, I don't want that anymore. I'm like, girl, if you want to open up your own car doors and pay your own dates and not have a man hold the door open for you, have at it. But I'm from Texas and I still like that stuff. So don't ruin that for me, sis. Thank you, Ninja Wolf, about my nails. Ninja Wolf, you're right, Erica. Women who take things extremely too far need to grow up and come back to their senses. I don't know if I said that, but okay. Thank you, Matt. Cayman says, I haven't ever got a date, but I feel like there's some work that needs to improve on. You haven't ever had a date? Really? Oh, I would love to see that change for you. Really would love that. So guys, just to kind of recap, and I just want to see if it went to the questions. Top chat questions. I don't know how this works, you guys. It's a new thing, so we're just playing with it here. So just to kind of recap here, a high value man, one, he understands that a victim mentality is never ever going to serve him. Second thing is the guy has humility. He has the humility to look at the results that his actions are producing and going, something's got to change. I can't keep doing this. I have to make some improvements. I have to make some changes. So that's the second thing that he does. He takes a whole, I'm losing my words today for some reason. It's the weather here is starting to suck, you guys. It's getting cold for me. I'm used to Bali heat and it's getting dark. So I'm just like, I just want to lay on a couch and watch Netflix all day or YouTube. But he takes inventory. He looks at the results and he goes, okay, I have to make some changes. So, and that requires a ton of humility to be able to do that. And the third thing is, I know Matt's like, welcome to Europe. I know. The third thing is he's determined to find solutions. And I think that is something that men don't understand how much women find that sexy. Can I just talk real talk to you guys? Like as a woman, when you're a man, Penguin, thank you so much for what you shared with me recently. I really appreciate that. That was so gracious of you. Women find it really sexy when men, like if there's a problem and a man goes, okay, we're going to find a solution. It's super, super, super sexy to a woman that when a man can take a hard situation and somehow make it work and find a solution for it. I don't know what it is. It's like, when they say women love men with power, and it's like, women love men who can make shit happen. Yeah, they love that guy who can find solutions. And the first place you start finding solutions with is your damn self. You feel me? It's starting with yourself, finding solutions within yourself. So he realizes, okay, I have to make changes. And he's determined until he finds those solutions. And the thing is, when he finds a solution, he's relentless with tweaking, gosh, my words, you guys, I'm so sorry. Today they're just out the window, but constantly we're shifting. Like if that solution that he thinks he found and it's the answer and it's not exactly what he needs, then he fine tunes it. That's what I was trying to say. Jeez Louise. He fine tunes his answers and he keeps making the shift until he gets the result that he wants. That's the kind of high value man that women actually desire. That's it. That's exactly what he's doing. This is the character of the man. This is why I hate like tactics and like quick strategies to get someone. That stuff just it just sounds like such weak McDonald's advice. There, I said it. It's that give me that fast answer. You're like, yeah, you can get that fast answer. And it's like, give me that fast food. Yeah. And you're gonna get the cellulite, and you're gonna get the heart disease, and you're gonna get the sugar addiction and everything that comes with eating fast food. You're gonna get that. And this is what drives me nuts about tactics and strategies in terms of dating or relationship advice is it's McDonald's advice, and you're going to get McDonald's results with it. But at the end of the day, the high value man is not out trying to scheme people with some cheap McDonald tactics, but instead he is cultivating his character, because character never goes away. Tactics come and go, but character remains. Someone can tweet that because that was powerful. I'll read this one last comment. Oh, yeah, Thomas is like, no pickup advice for sure. Christian says, always enjoy hearing your insight. I worked on myself using your advice. Oh, come on. Here we go. Here we go. I'm so glad. I love this comment. Christian, hold on, you guys. Let's read this. Can I just celebrate with Christian? Can we all just celebrate with our boy Christian? Let's read this very slowly. Always enjoy hearing your insight. I worked on myself. High value man. High value man. I worked on myself using your advice and have been in an 8-month relationship that keeps improving. Your relationship advice helps me show up amazingly for my lady. I am screenshotting this, Christian. This is phenomenal. What great feedback. I really, really love this. I'm trying to say this to my computer. That is fantastic. I love this. So there you go. High value man took responsibility, kept watching my videos, kept making those shifts, and continues to make those shifts so that he can have an enjoyable relationship. That is the best way to end this video. High value man takes responsibility. He gets the girl and he keeps the girl because he's not a victim. He takes responsibility and he continues to find solutions, and he starts with himself. Boom, mic drop. I love you guys. We've got some fantastic videos coming out this week. Make sure to you go to my website, Arica Angelo, go to online courses. There are programs there that will guide and direct you so that you too can get the girl. You can get your woman and you can keep your woman. So make sure you go check those out. Guys, I love you. We have a new live coming out next Monday. Can't wait to rejoin you guys again. And I will see you then. I love you guys so much. I don't know if I've said that to you in a while, but I really do. I'm so grateful for you guys. I really enjoy and appreciate you guys showing up, giving me your undivided attention. And for those of you like Christian who are out making those shifts in your world, people like Penguin who just refuse to give up, Thomas who just refuses to give up, keeps making those shifts. Like, I just applaud you guys. I love you guys so much. I honor you. I honor your time. And I hope that this served your heart. Now go out, be fruitful, and put it into action because you're worth it, my darlings. Love you guys. See you next Monday. Take care. Bye.